Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Deep Dive Mondays. Today, we're going to taking a deep dive on Student Agency Unleash, how to use Magic Student new feature Magic quizzes to let your students own their own progress. So norms here for our session. First, if you haven't registered, please do so in the professional development system. Debbie already put the link on the chat. And it's session 409362, and use code PSJA Tech to check in for the session. Any questions that you might have, please use the chat. I will be checking it myself, as well as Debbie Pingo and Maribel Martinez and Memo Cienfuegos, our other specialists in instructional technology. The objective of this session is, by the end of this tech session, participants will be able to generate magic quizzes to create checkpoints for students. Students will be able to use these quizzes to self-verify if they mastered the skills and own their progress for that activity. So the vision of this magic quizzes sort of knowledge check for the students goes by knowing the identity by the agency of the student. Thinking about thinking is what we call metacognition, and that's what we want our students to do, that metacognitive growth. So the students will be able to understand the how they're learning and navigate their own pathway to master those magic quizzes after doing the activity that you selected as a teacher. This will allow the students to own their progress and understand at that moment, after taking the magic quiz, if they actually mastered the learning objectives for that activity. So why does student agency matters? Well, student agency is when the students intrinsically start wanting to know and learn about their own progress and grades. So what magic quizzes will do is a self-paced mastery where the student does the activity and then they go into the magic quiz and assess for that student learning objective. The students will then have ownership and deep dive into that assessment, and then they will use metacognition in some of the questions in the assessment. So introducing magic quizzes real quick, as I said, is a brand new area or section in the magic student part. So this is what it looks like in the navigation bar, and we're gonna go live in a bit. You will see the magic tools, which are all the teacher tools. Then you have a Reina chatbot, and you have magic student, where you have the student tools, like a list of what tools are available for you to use with your students. Then the rooms, any rooms that you created with specific tools that you put in there, any resources, and quizzes. Quizzes is still on beta, but it works amazing. It is an instant generation of an exit ticket, of a knowledge check for your students. It's very customizable. You can do open-ended questions and multiple choice, and the open-ended questions will use an AI to auto-grade based on the learning objectives that you put in there. It is all student-centric. The student can go in there, they will get their scores, and you as the teacher, you can see how your students are doing in there. Once they know if they master that specific learning objective, the student will be able to transfer that into their own data binders so they can keep track how they're progressing their skills. So navigating into Magic Student, you will log into Magic Student, locate Magic Student, and select the quizzes beta, and then click on Create a Quiz. This is what the quiz, when you click on to create, looks like. You will configure your quiz in this scenario, in this part. You will upload a document here in the add file. I created this folder, and this link, it's linked in both areas here. And once you put it in here, like what I grabbed and what I see it like is, we all use those iReady Texas Math, Ready Math Texas, or even for math or for reading. And you can just select the activity that you used to put for your students. It can be during blended learning stations, or it can be at any time. I will align here also the specific tics that the activity states that is focusing on. So it will set those alignments of standards based on that. You will select the grade level for your students. I created a 3rd grade level with 3 multiple choice and 2 open-ended. If you think that's too much, that's okay. You can edit to whatever you feel like doing. You will feed the AI those materials, and then you will click generate. Alignment to standards, it's key. Specifically, if you want those learning objectives to grade and to assess if the student succeeded and master that objective. So the example here is because I grab the identifying main idea activity, and it's a passage, and then it has some work to do for the student. After that, they can go in here, and if you I put the same TEK that was listed on that activity. So let me just show you real quick how it looks. So I gave you access to several activities that I downloaded, but the activity is the unlikely animal friends. And this is what I opened. And as it loads, this is the passage the student will read. Then they will use the comparing the topic and main idea, determine topic and main idea for that passage. Another one in here, main idea is matching, main idea, and then the paragraphs in here. And that's the activity that I grabbed for main idea from iReady. So that's what I uploaded here, and then I aligned to those TEKs. Once you click generate, you will get automatically the quiz that you can still edit before you publish it. So it created contextually relevant questions based on everything that you uploaded because you gave it a knowledge base. It's focused on the specific paragraphs and passages, everything throughout. And this is not only available for reading, but I'm using a reading example, but you can do this with math and you can do this with science as well. The contextual mastery is because the questions are generated based on the specific paragraphs or resources that you uploaded. You do multiple choice questions to include options to address basic misconception. Open responses encourages students to synthesize the information, form those texts that you uploaded, and it has built-in audio supports where students can get reading assistance. These are the first 2 questions, and then on the next slide, I put question 3, which was an open-ended, and then it creates that automatic AI grading rubric that it will use to grade your students' responses. It tells you in here, think about both texts, unlikely animal friends, and clingy relationships. Both texts tells us about animal friendships, explain how the animal friendships are alike and how they are different. Use at least one detail from each text to answer. This is making me think a lot of the CE part of the race strategy when they're working for their STAR. So after 3, this is the second open-ended question, and then the 5th one is another multiple choice. So I'm gonna grab this real quick, and I'm gonna copy the link address, and I'm gonna put it here in the chat because I want you guys to go and take a minute to open the quiz and take it. It says sign in. It shouldn't have said sign in. I can take that later. I don't know why it's taking me like that, but let me double check if it's taking it out. I'm going to go to Magic Student. I'm going to go back to quizzes, and I'm going to go to this one and make sure that it is not turned on for sign in. If you put it sign in, it's going to ask you students to, let's see. I don't see the feature to not put the sign in, but you will invite your students. And this is how it looks. They'll get that first question in a cleanly relationship. What is the main idea? They can select whatever they want. I haven't read the stories, but I'm gonna put this one. And I got it correct. And then they go next to the next question. Read the sentence for paragraph 3, unlikely animals. They picked the worms of the crocodile's teeth and gums for a tasty lunch. What detail does this sentence show? The bird eats worms and cleans a crocodile's scare. The worms give up. I will say B. And that was the correct answer. But this is the open-ended. Think about both texts. Both texts tell us about animal friendships, explain how the animal friendships are alike and how they're different. Use at least one detail from each of the answers. And since I'm not using the text right now, the students will have it them with there. I'm just going to put in here, well, the animals help each other. The birds clean the crocodile's teeth while they eat. And what was the other friendship about? I don't. Oh yeah, it was the sharks. The sharks get cleaned by the other animal. I feel that they support each other. Now, I do wonder if those predators also would want to eat these animal friends. Now, I misspelled this. I'm going to leave it like that just so we can get also points based on grammar and punctuation. So it's partially correct. The student mentioned that the animals helped each other and provided details about the birds cleaning, showing understanding of the friendships. However, the answer did not clearly identify how the friendships are alike and did not include difference with detail from each text. So it only shows partial understanding. May go back to the second one. Look at the chart from the resource and compare topic and main idea. Topic, know before you read. One word or phrase tells the subject and text. Main idea, know after you read. What is the topic of the text? Cleanly relationships. What is the main idea of the whole a cleanly relationship? So I'm going to go in here and then let me see if I can see a topic. So the topic is how, move this a little bit. Topic is how animals have friendships to support and help each other. While one is a predator, the other is helping, and it's clingy because it's there all the time. The main idea will be that. So I'm going to put this and then put topic is about animal friends. The main idea is about how animals. So I'm going to put that in there and see how I got it. So I got it incorrect. The student says it's too vague and does not clearly identify specific topic like sharks and remoras, or a complete main idea sentence that explains how animals help each other. To help focus on giving clear specific main idea as a complete sentence and precise topic related to the text. So it's giving that feedback to the student right there, and it's giving the questions one at a time, but at the end, it gives them all of them together they can see. So what is the main idea of unlikely animal friends? Animals sometimes from surprise to help both. So I think that's correct. And I'm going to get it. And that I can see my score. And I want to see if you guys are trying also this activity right now. Are you guys trying the activity? I don't see a response, but let's go next to the next part of the slides. So the actionable insight, there's automated rubrics like I showed you that in each open response is used to grade, give full, partial, or no credit depending on the answer. There's specific feedback that the student will receive, fostering that evidence in their citation, and it comes from the text. Obviously, the students at the beginning might not get it, but they will get that feedback to learn by themselves that they need to provide more key details and cite from those texts. There's a progression that will track for you as a teacher. It's fast and fair evaluation. Leave it at all by the rubric that it was generated. If you, when you're creating it, do not like the rubric, you can edit as well the rubric before you publish it to make it available for your students. Larissa, it took me to Glitter and it gave you an error. I'll figure out what's going on with that in a bit. So there's exemplar responses excluded, the clear criteria for full, partial, or no credit, and consistent across all student answers. And again, I wanted to show you more or less what it looks and how to record their progression after they mastered the skill or not. So I want to invite you now to build your own Magic School beta. I'm gonna put this link in here. Let me copy it. And if you do have Magic School right now, then it won't give you what I have in here, the free month of Magic School Plus. But if you do send me an email, I do have a code so you can get 2 free additional months. And if you want to use this link that I'm going to provide it, you could create another Magic School account with a different email and get that free month to start with, and then use that 2 free months code afterwards. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I want anyone that has any questions, come up, open up for questions. You can share your screen while you're creating. I will go into Magic School right now and check what's the issue happening with the logging into the quizzes. Hi everyone, just to make sure to avoid that issue with the single sign-on that was happening, before you save your quiz, make sure that the require SSO signing toggle is turned off, so it doesn't require any of your students to sign in using SSO, since we don't have that in our district. That way the students will be able just to type their names when they're accessing your quizzes. You purchase it, Ms. Holland, for 1 year. Is Magic School AI free now? Well, Magic School AI, the free parts of it's still available to everyone. So the free part, what it will do, your teacher tools, you're able to use them when in the free part restrictively. So you will have to get out of the tool and get back on the tool. You cannot post prompt or have the conversation continue with the tool after you get your original, your first original generation. That's one of the main reasons. The second thing that happens with a free account is that you're not able to export to Google Docs, to Word automatically, or to Google Forms or to Microsoft Forms like you would do with the paid account. The free account, it will just be copy and pasting. Perfect. I love that you have Magic School Plus. So you will see the differences. I was just offering a free month for those of you who do not want to pay, but you want to test it out and try it out. So as easy as I was telling you, you are Magic Quizzes, you go to create, and then I created one for you that I will share with you shortly. But you will go to and select the grade level that you want. Let's see, 4th grade. And I'm going to add from the folder that I had, which was in here. Hold on. I had it in my Google Drive.
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
So yours had a reading prior. I made a quiz. I just popped it in. Mm-hmm. Was I supposed to tell it to have a reading? Because it just gave me questions.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe just because it looks different.
No, that's the rubric. That's the rubric that it creates automatically. And that one you can edit if you don't agree how it's going to grade that open response. So your second question was an open-ended. Your 6th question is an open-ended. But your 1st, 4th, and 5th questions, there's 7 questions, are multiple choice. What do you mean by reading?
Because yours had a large passage of reading in the front.
No, it didn't have the passage of reading when you log in. Did it?
Mine, no, but
No.
yours.
So if you go back, and if I go back to that quiz, let me show you. It doesn't have the passage. What it will do, it just starts with the questions.
You didn't have a big reading in the.
No, what I did is this is what I added as the knowledge base. So it's creating the questions out of this activity from iReady. So what I was trying to explain is that if you have this in your station for the students to do this activity, you can create a quiz to then assess if the students, and they can assess themselves if they mastered that specific learning objective, which is main idea.
Can I attach a PowerPoint? Where do I go to create a quiz? Yes, go back.
Yeah. Anything
okay,
as a file, you can upload any files in there that accept. So a PowerPoint will be great. So are you thinking about like the curriculum PowerPoints?
Because I make my own material. I teach architecture.
Okay.
So
you can upload PowerPoint or Google Slides in there as well.
And then it'll take it to make sure they learned from the lesson I gave.
Correct. And then if you're going to be doing a file that is a Google document or a Google slide, make sure that you're adding the file directly from Google Drive, because it will not recognize the format if you just upload it from computer. From computer, you can. So like go to add file.
Okay, so like upload file.
If you do in there, if it's not a PowerPoint, you won't be able to find it. But if it's a PowerPoint, then or a PDF, those will be good type of files to upload.
So I have to convert it to a PDF?
No, a PowerPoint works.
Okay, look, that's a PowerPoint.
Perfect.
And then open in that. Okay, we'll just do that. Generate. Because everything is in my own personal hard drive. It's not even in the computer. It's a personal.
No, that's fine.
Okay, it's not in the Google Drive. It's not in the OneDrive. Taking a bit.
Ms. Vasquez, yes, once you create the quiz, you can change the type of quizzes. You can modify it, and you can also put the simplify button there to make it easier for the student if they request some support.
Oh, well, I wanted to make them a bit more rigorous, because some of these questions are a bit too, I just wanted a variety of level questions.
Then in the body, when you're creating the quiz, then you would specify that. If you want to create different types of questions, like maybe do 2 DOK 4 and 2 DOK 3 level questions, then you can specify it in there.
Okay, would that be in the section where...
Right there where it says topic?
That topic one? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
I can put TEKS, and I put focus on DOK 3 level questioning.
Yeah. Now the dynamic and static loads, is that part of what you put in there?
That's
or was that a default? Okay, perfect. So now click
and then
generate.
I added it. Oh look, I don't have to add the TEKS again if it's already
but the file is not there. See that your file is not there? You do have to add your file.
Again. Oh, okay.
It's because you exited out and didn't save it, that's why. I just want to thank you for spending this 30 minutes with us. If you have time, but there's some issues with the logging in about taking the magic quiz, I'm still going to put the link in here for you. I created a little magic quiz to assess your learning on magic quizzes and the training that we just did right now. And if there's no other questions, I will assume and think that Debbie might have the wheel of names ready for a raffle.
Yes, I do.
I was just saying, thank you guys so much. This was great. I appreciate it.
Awesome. If you have any questions, don't forget you can always reach out to us here at Instructional Technology. We're here to support you. And if you missed any of our trainings in the past, you can always go to our YouTube channel, check out all of our trainings that we have there, and have an amazing rest of your week and enjoy spring break.
Mr. Guerra, what's the YouTube channel link or?
Ahí está. It's in the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.